It has emerged police have been called 3 times in the last year to NFL player LeSean McCoy's 6,000-square-foot house in Alpharetta, Georgia. The first police report was made following an incident last July when 2 police officers were dispatched to the house regarding a domestic dispute. Officers found McCoy along with several of his friends present at the home. The report states that officers saw a large mound of clothing and personal items in the driveway in front of the garage, according to Buffalo News. At the time, McCoy said that he and his girlfriend, identified as designer Delisha Corden, had broken up and that they had been having issues recently. A backstory followed in which McCoy told police that Corden had followed him to Las Vegas to accuse him of cheating on her and then posting on social media about the breakup and subsequent allegations. He also explained to police that jewelers oftentimes loan them high-end jewelry items to wear for events and that Corden still had some of the jewelry items, and despite asking her multiple times to return them, she had not. The report does not specify what kind of jewelry he was talking about. Corden returned to the house while police were still on site and told cops they were going through a breakup and that their relationship was over. As police were speaking with Corden, it came to the attention of Atlanta police that there was a warrant out Corden after failing to appear on a traffic charge, at which point he was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody. In the second incident, which occurred in April of this year, Corden called 911 and summoned police, revealed Buffalo News. By the time cops arrived, Corden explained that they had worked everything out, although the argument had been about furniture that McCoy was moving out of the house, but that Corden wanted to keep. In a third incident which happened last month, Corden was in Virginia but was monitoring the Atlanta home on a remote security camera. She called the police after seeing that items were being removed from the house. LeSean McCoy's mother was at the house, who told officers that she was there to get LeSean's things from his house at his instruction so that he didn't have to deal with his ex. Police intervened, saying that any communal property could not be removed and that the couple would have to go to court to divide the items. After that incident, McCoy had the old cameras removed from the home and canceled the security service. In the last few weeks, McCoy had filed paperwork 3 times to try and evict Corden. Police were called to the house just after 3 a.m. on Tuesday regarding an alleged assault. There were 2 women at the house at the time, both 34 years old, when someone who was armed with a handgun came in. The police report reads, on July 10, 2018 at approximately 0318 hours, I was dispatched to Hickory Pass in reference to a burglary with 2 residents who were physically assaulted but had non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing. Corden said she was pistol whipped, robbed, hit in the head and locked in a bathroom when an unknown man broke into her Georgia home while she was sleeping. She said her 16-year-old son had gone missing during the horrific invasion. In the frantic audio call, Corden is heard telling the dispatcher that the unidentified man came into the home with a gun, stole a load of jewelry, and may have kidnapped her son. The woman said her son's window had been opened and that a sheet is tied like someone went out from the second floor. The dispatch log later reveals the teen boy had been reached by phone and returned home after ordering an Uber. When the dispatcher asked if anyone needed medical attention, Corden said, "Yes. My face is demolished right now." The designer explained in the audio call, "They made me go upstairs into the bathroom. Then I shut the door and they left." Corden has strongly implied the NFL player played a role in the brutal attack. "I think it's got something to do with my ex-boyfriend," the woman cried in the call. The distraught mother became worried when emergency officials arrived and told the dispatcher she was concerned her ex might see her on surveillance cameras outside the home. "My boyfriend, who I feel like did this, who set me up, is going to see us on the cameras outside," she said, adding that the two were in the midst of a nasty split and he wanted his jewelry back. McCoy has said he had changed the security system to the home but refused to share access to it with his ex. The NFL player has denied allegations he was involved in any way in the attack. The victim has since hired a lawyer. Her attorney, Tanya Mitchell-Graham, told DailyMail.com McCoy had suggested to Corden she would be robbed of pieces of jewelry he had given her in the past. A statement released by Ms. Graham said Corden was physically assaulted in the home by a male assailant who entered the home with no signs of forced entry about 3 a.m. on Tuesday. The assailant demanded specific items of jewelry that had been previously gifted to Ms. Corden by Mr. McCoy, which Mr. McCoy had requested back on many occasions, the statement read. In fact, after Ms. Corden refused to return her jewelry gifts to Mr. McCoy, he would often suggest to Ms. Corden that she could be robbed because the jewelry was expensive. The allegations first arose in a disturbing Instagram post where the two-time All-Pro was accused of beating a woman believed to be his ex-girlfriend Alicia Corden. In audio obtained by Broadcastify and released on Tuesday afternoon, an operator can be heard sending police to the Milton, Georgia home that is believed to be McCoy's. "We do have police en route," in reference to a home invasion where a phone was taken. McCoy, 29, previously sued Corden in an effort to force her to move out of a home he owns, according to TMZ. He is currently entering the fourth year of a 5-year, $40 million deal, $18,250,000 of which is guaranteed. In the original Instagram post, which has since been deleted, McCoy is also accused of beating his son, his dog, and using steroids. According to TMZ, police were responding to an intruder who left 2 female victims. The preliminary investigation indicates that this residence was specifically targeted by the suspect or suspects and not a random incident, a police spokesperson said. When officers arrived, they found one victim who had been physically assaulted by a lone intruder. During the altercation, the suspect demanded specific items from the victim. An adult female victim was treated and released at North Fulton Regional Hospital. A second adult female victim also sustained a minor injury during the incident. The Milton police did not immediately respond to a records request. They have not identified any suspects or suggested McCoy is involved. For the record, the totally baseless and offensive claims made against me today on social media are completely false, wrote McCoy. Furthermore, I have not had any direct contact with any of the people involved in months. Share this article. Share. In 2016, McCoy was accused of assaulting 2 police officers, but no criminal charges were ever filed because of a lack of evidence, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer's David Gambacorta. A second-round pick out of Pittsburgh in 2009, McCoy first made a name for himself as a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. Not only was he a first-team All-Pro in 2011 and 2013, but he also led the league in rushing once and has been named to 6 Pro Bowls. In March of 2015, McCoy was traded to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for linebacker Kiko Alonso before signing a 5-year, $40 million deal with the team. He rushed for 1,138 yards and 6 touchdowns last season as the Bills reached the postseason for the first time since 1999.